Okay, just had a huge recovery win, and I just want to say the misconception about recovery is that all of a sudden you just eat whatever you want and you don't care, you don't have feelings about it. But here is really how recovery works, and this is how I try to develop a healthier relationship with food every single day. So, got this donut. It looks delicious, I know. So I really wanted a donut, and I was at the store with my friend, and I was saying, I really want one, but I know I'm just gonna feel bad about eating it. And then I was like, why? And then he was like, no, just like let yourself get it. And I was like, no. And then I was thinking, well, it's okay that I feel that way, and I have that insecurity, I have that anxiousness, I have that nervousness about food. I've had it for years. The point about recovery is that you acknowledge that you have that, you have compassion for that feeling, but you don't let it control you, and then you end up buying a donut and eating it and not feeling guilty about it. Okay, I'm gonna go eat this, bye. Favorite people, we are here again. Third episode of my recovery diary. I've made it 10 days of recovery. I'm just like, so happy that I'm continually doing this, because you know how hard it is to actually stay accountable and keep making progress for something so, it feels like, deeply intimate and shameful and embarrassing when it comes to eating disorders. So for those who are new to the series, I just kind of want to introduce myself. My name's Kelly, I'm 23 years old, and I have suffered with binge eating disorder for so many years. And a couple weeks ago, I had a session with my therapist, and I've been in recovery for about 2 years, but I've never truly been able or ready to fully pursue it. And I came clean a little bit to her, basically saying I feel like I'm so addicted to the process of eating and numbing out and using food to not feel things. And I felt like I was trapped in my own numb world and using food to do that. So I decided to finally tell everyone on social media, and I've always been very open about my struggles with food in my body, but really making this a public, accountable thing, especially with YouTube. And now we have my recovery diary. This is episode 3, and if you haven't seen the other 2, I highly suggest that you watch those, because these won't really make sense, and I upload very frequently, so it's not like if you watch episode 1 or 2 it's irrelevant. In fact, it will really help you to see how I've been tackling the recovery process, and not that I need you to copy or even want you to follow the exact same steps I have, but you'll be able to really see what recovery looks and feels like. And I'm gonna be super honest like I always am, and thank you for watching, and here we go. In choosing to truly pursue eating disorder recovery, I had to step away from all of the mandatory rules and ideas that I had about food, and I've had my whole life. And I've also tracked macros, and you know, I'm into lifting, so I've counted and tracked everything I've ever eaten. And when I was younger, I was anorexic and starved myself, and then I ended up binging for so many years. So now I really have to avoid and push away all the ideas of how much I'm supposed to eat, how many grams of each macronutrient I'm supposed to eat. Should I eat this? Should I not eat this? Am I getting enough this? Am I getting enough that? That is not intuitively eating, and it's not repairing my relationship with food. So I really just said, screw all that. I really have to rework my entire brain, and we're just gonna do it. I'm actually the happiest about realizing that it's okay that it might be very tiring and difficult every freaking day. And that was what I talked a lot about in my second episode, which was the last episode. I hope you guys have all seen that, because that was a really integral video for me basically having understood after making it a few days. It's like, damn, I'm freaking tired and this is exhausting. That's the best part about this process, is learning how to be nice to myself and compassionate towards this struggle, because basically I have to go against every single thought that I genuinely normally have, because I've had a brain filled with an eating disorder or body image issues since I was a kid, and every moment of every day I have to rewire my brain. It really takes it out of you. So the last 3 days I have not gone to the gym, and that's a process for me too. I just had no energy. I had to choose to still be nice to myself and love myself and feed my body and not feel the guilt and not worry that I'm gonna get so fat or think that I should eat less or more depending on my activity. And that fatigue is coming from the fact that I'm pursuing recovery every day. I think mental struggles are so difficult for us to deal with. It makes you freaking exhausted. exhausted. So no gym for 3 days, and I'm really glad that happened because it forced me to practice replacing unhealthy, disordered thoughts about food in my body with healthy ones. And I had to consciously choose, though, every single time to tap into this new recovery, self-loving, healthy, functional brain that is not mine. It's not there yet. My brain is just wired in one way and has been for probably almost 20 years. I'm 23. Body image issues and food rules really start in the home. They start when you're younger. They start at school. Your parents or your friends will say, oh, that's fattening. You shouldn't eat that. You are kind of chubby. Little things like that. You don't realize how much that has shaped the way you view the world and you, yourself, your body, and the way you're supposed to eat. And I've been combing through all of that stuff in therapy. That's why I highly suggest therapy so much, because I feel like I'm definitely a warrior in terms of eating disorder and body image stuff, but I can't do it alone. I wouldn't be this person without going to therapy. I'm not saying that no one can recover without it, but that has helped me learn how to let myself eat the same amount or even more calories. I've actually been eating more on these 3 rest days than I have been in the other days, and that's not easy, but you have to do it because you deserve to finally be comfortable with being functional and eating and not feeling like it's contingent on if you've worked out, and not worried about eating and how every piece of food is going to affect your body. I've had such an irrational mind that in the past I felt like if I ate a piece of cake it would literally latch on to my stomach or my arm, and that's why I feel disgusting and fat. So every moment of every day I have many dysfunctional thoughts, and I actually wrote about this on Twitter. If you guys don't follow me, I write about things that I'm kind of preaching to myself and other people, hopefully to help them, talking about how struggles with food and with your body are normal, but we can fight against them. And it's just little reminders throughout the day that I like to put up on social media to help other people, and luckily it really has been helping, and that's why I keep doing it. And mostly though, I need to remember that I need it. Like, I'm not healed and super perfect in any way. I need to constantly pursue recovery every single day, and allowing myself to eat and feeding my body consistently throughout the day, and not making it mandatory to work out to earn the food or make myself feel like it's okay to eat. I want to give a concrete step-by-step walking through my brain example of how I've tried to really develop a better relationship with food and understanding that I can eat and that's okay, and you shouldn't feel guilty or ashamed when you're full. I've really struggled with that. When I'm full, I feel really gross, and I'm still really working through that, and I know it's irrational. I know that a lot of people are like, why not? You know, it's fine. Like, my brain doesn't agree yet, but I'm training it to. So I have not binged, obviously, because I've been pursuing recovery for 10 days, and that's crazy. And I had such a huge problem with overeating at night. I would wake up and never be hungry. So I got really used to restricting because I felt, 1, never hungry, and 2, just disgusting and guilty. Now that I'm not doing that, it's actually been quite a struggle because I wake up around 4 a.m., 6 a.m., really starving hungry. When you wake up at that time, you're like, oh, what am I doing? Am I not eating enough? Is this bad? Should I eat? Should I not eat? And even having all that anxiety, those are all things of a disordered person just taking it so seriously and worrying so much. I've learned that I don't need to think about it as much. I don't need to calculate it. If my body is screaming that it's hungry, how easy is it for me to just go, oh, then I'm gonna eat? It's not easy, but it's becoming easy. That's the thing. So that stuff is still carried with me as much as I really thought it wasn't. It really is. So it's good to kind of just admit that stuff to yourself so you can tackle it and move forward. There's no shame in admitting that you still have so many disordered thoughts and your relationship with food and your body is so unhealthy, because there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, okay, great, we've identified the issue. It's awesome if you can just face up to it and not be angry with yourself for it, and then we can change it. Woo! Awesome! But I know it's not easy, and I've only been able to do this as I've dug really deep, and I've been doing therapy for 2.5 years. So if you're starting on your recovery journey, don't feel like, why can she do all this and I can't? My friends, it is an effort, and I totally understand, and there's no freaking rush. The feedback on this has been unreal. All the messages and comments have blown me out the water. That's why I'm here, because I want to continue to help you and help me. And that sounds really creepy in the way I'm talking. I just love you guys so much. You are freaking warriors. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. If If it helped at all, please comment below, share your story. I love hearing from you. Let me know if any of the things I'm saying are resonating with you. And please subscribe so you always get updates from me. We're gonna have episode 4 of my recovery diary after this one, and more after that. And I will see you in the next video of my recovery diary. Bye.